your life. What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Isaiah Bagnah of the Realist. Back for another episode, man. First of all, shout out Chubby's and Orem. Go ahead. If you've tuned in before, you're going to already know what I'm about to say, but go ahead, get you a Bangin' Banya burger at Chubby's. Any Chubby's, but specifically, if you're around this area, Chubby's and Orem, they do it the best, man. They great people, great food, and great atmosphere all around. So make sure to go check them out, and we appreciate them for sponsoring the Realist, man. Also, too, we got a little merch. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, with the mic right here, but got some new shirts, man. Got a little logo. It's IB, but it's also 13. Pretty clever, man. Hey, did a good job with this. I'm not gonna lie. And, you got Isaiah Banya himself on the shirt too, in black and white, man. It's cool, man. It's a vibe. I love it personally, and the fit's great. But you can find these on KooConnect.
Yeah, KooConnect.com. And then there's this link that says merch on there.
Yep.
One of the main page merch.
There you go. So you know where to go find one, man. But with further ado, I want to get into this episode, man. So we just finished this week, second last week of the regular season. So we're about to go into our very last week of the 2024 season. It's pretty crazy, man. It's gone by like that, and time has been crazy, man. Every week has just been stacking up on each other. The days are long, but the weeks are fast. Weeks are quick, man. But it's crazy. We go play Houston this week. It'll be good. They got some good talent.
Yeah.
Their running back core is lethal.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, and whatever. So I still have a lot more to learn about them, more film to watch. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this weekend. It's senior night, last game in Lavelle Edwards, which is pretty crazy, man. I've had some pretty cool memories in Lavelle Edwards Stadium, on the Royal side and not on the Royal Blue side. If you're catching my drift,
yes,
you know what I'm saying. So it's cool, man. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be awesome, just all around. I already know it. So
how many seniors on the D line? This is their last game.
I think there's 4 of us. Nope, 5. Because it's me, Tyler Batty, Logan Latui, Blake Mangelson, John Nelson, and I think that's it.
It's a lot. Those are 5.
That's 5.
5 guys who've started, 5 guys who've played a lot.
Yep. A lot of football, man.
A lot of football.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's gonna be cool to go out there, man. Just play hard for these guys, and not just for yourself. I mean, every week you go out there, I play for my teammates. You know what I'm saying? But this one just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Not only because we're trying to still make the championship game, but it's our last game in Lavelle Edwards, man. You know what I'm saying? For the guys who've played there longer than I have, it means something.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, bro, because I remember, like, my last game on the Blue in Boise State, and I was just like, man, it was crazy, It was like, I don't know. Also, it was a different time of my career, too, where I still had, more college football to look forward to. I knew I was going to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But just my last time on the Blue in Albertson Stadium, man.
Right.
It was just, it was crazy. It was a little emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, you rethink all your memories that you had out there, all the plays you made. And so, yeah, man, it's cool. I think this one's going to just hit a little bit different, because obviously this is it for college football in general for me, right?
Wow. I mean, best case scenario, you got 3 more games?
Yep.
Best case scenario. I think, right? Or you get a bye? 2 to 3 more games max.
Could be 4.
Oh, could it be 4?
Including this one.
Because if we didn't get because we would get, I'm saying after Houston, right? So you have, no. You got Houston Conference Championship.
Yeah.
And then 1 or 2 playoff games. Well, you need to have at least 2.
So there's a possibility that there's 4 more games.
Yeah.
Even after this Houston game, right? That's obviously if you go to the college football championship.
Yeah.
But, it's it's still not over, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do win championship, you go on to, who knows? It could be the first round. You could have a bye depending on how the rankings go.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's college football, man. Literally anything can happen.
Yeah, nobody
Anything
had
could
Kansas
happen.
State winning 3 ranked teams in a row, or Kansas, sorry, winning
Right.
3 ranked teams in a row, but
But hey,
it's college football.
look at them now, man. So, yeah, they're going crazy, bro. But
Did you see Neil's numbers?
no, but I heard they were crazy.
They were crazy.
And he had like 4 touchdowns?
yeah.
Or
Well, I
5.
have to pull him up, but yeah, he went off.
He went crazy.
And it's like, dude, like completely different games.
Yeah.
From one week to the next.
It's crazy, huh?
And everyone's gassing up. Colorado. 2 weeks ago, we're like, man, we lost to a pretty bad Kansas team, right? You know,
Yeah, we're like
underappreciated, but game we should have won this.
Yeah.
Now you're looking like, dang, Kansas is on fire right now.
Right. And we still should have won.
And you played them tough.
We played them better than, honestly, in my opinion, anybody else has.
Yeah.
Well, that was in the rankings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
out of the ranked teams, yes.
Yeah. So, that itself should attest to something, right? But still, though, yeah, they're crazy, man. They're going a little. Are they 5-7?
5-6. So this is bowl game for them.
Wow. Who are they playing? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I cannot remember.
Kev, do you know? Well, he's looking that up. They're a good team, man. Honestly, though, like, I'm still not a fan of the Jayhawks. However, though, typically, I don't like to make things personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Football at the end of the day is just football, right? The teams are going to have their
Baylor.
fans. They play Baylor?
They play Baylor.
At Baylor.
Oh. Wow. Good look. That's a good game. That'll be a good game.
Sawyer Robinson, that quarterback who started his first start against you guys, has played pretty well.
Or haven't they been, like, in the past couple of weeks, like, the number one offense in the Big 12?
Probably.
They put it together once they started.
Yeah.
Once they started him.
Yes.
Good for them, man. But, I mean,
They're actually not even eliminated from the conference championship game
which
themselves.
Is crazy.
If everyone loses,
right?
they're in.
Literally, if everybody loses, they're in. That's so wild. But, while I was on this topic,
Sorry, go ahead.
There's one fan base, one program, one community that I'm just not a fan of. And no, I'm not talking about Wyoming.
For once.
No, I'm not talking about the Wyoming Cowboys this time. The Arizona State Sun Devils, whatever. Their fans. Hey, good for them. They played a great game. They pulled it all out, man. Like, they did their stuff. They earned that win. Good for them. I'm not even talking about the team, all right? I'm talking about the people, the fans. Man, that had to be one of the most, like, unclassy, disrespectful fan bases that I've ever experienced. That was absurd. You know what I'm saying? They, like, not only do they just run on the field when the game's not over, but, like, I have stuff being thrown at me, beer, drinks, and I thought Utah fans were kind of crazy.
Yeah, you've experienced Wyoming and Utah.
I've experienced Wyoming. I've experienced Utah. I've experienced Oklahoma State. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right.
Man, nothing compares to this. Absurd, man. I'm talking kids coming up to me with their phone in my face, saying some, like, calling me names, saying, like, all these vulgar words. I'm like, bro, what? This is crazy, man. Like, how are you even on the field?
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, I'm like, I look at the cops, I'm like, bro, you're not going to do your job. You see this kid coming up to me, like, I'm not scared for my safety. I'm scared for his safety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, run up to all these guys in a moment where everybody's emotions are high, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody can get really hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only are we, like, 2-3 times the size of these individuals, but we have helmets. You know what I'm saying? We have shoulder pads. You have cleats. Imagine somebody's running and they talking crap and then somebody's cleat to the face. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, someone swings a helmet. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So it's just, like, that whole experience, man, I was like, bro, it was just so unclassy. You know, it was distasteful, man. And then they even recorded our halftime
Yes, I saw
speech.
this. I
Did you
saw
guys
this.
see that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, the dude's fired up. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible
And like
speech.
incredible speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I was trying to tell y'all at the start when we first started this podcast. I was like, man, hey, when he has his speeches, man, like they're good speeches. You know what I'm saying? Man, he really puts his heart out there.
Yeah.
But they recorded it, man, like posted it and stuff like that, which is illegal in the state of Arizona.
Oh. Well, let's
And
hope they
there can-
catch the guy. Let's hope.
Well, regardless if they do or not, it's still on the university
Oh.
because it was in the stadium or something like that. I don't know how it all works out, but still, there's a case to that, man. If Batty truly wants to, he could get a case for this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even trying to like gas it that much. I'm just trying to like give just the bare minimum explanation of what happened
Yeah.
in that game and like my perspective from the fans.
Well, they were
It's
giving
crazy,
crap
bro.
to Kalani too. They showed that on the broadcast.
Were they?
Oh, he had cops and they were actually trying to get him out of there, which good on them for like doing that. But they had to do it. Like they had to push people out of the way and get people
I believe
like
it.
this and like because I know there's different ways to storm the field. Like you can storm the field and it's like we are awesome. We did this thing. Let's go celebrate
with
together
your team. You know,
with your team. Yeah, like go get
But
your
nah,
guys.
None of that, bro. Everybody just went straight towards us. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
you
The
guys
sideline,
know.
just pointing fingers, middle fingers. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's typical. You'll
Yeah.
get the middle fingers here and there, but like
Yeah,
to a point where it's like you're
get
going
in your face,
in
trying
your
to start
face,
something.
talking crazy. I'm like, who is this kid? I'm like, bro, I don't even know who you are. Like, get on my face. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But, you know, it's honestly, I'm proud of the way my team has handled it. I'm proud of the way Kalani has handled it. You know, I feel like that was not only just very mature, but honestly, it was just really cool to see. You know what I'm saying?
You got all different
really
kinds of
cool.
guys on your team with different backgrounds who probably traditionally would handle it different
Right.
ways.
People from all different kinds of
And you and I know
areas,
who
you know,
exactly we're
I know
talking
exactly
about.
who you're talking about. Yes,
But I do feel
myself
like
included. You know what I'm
yourself
saying? Like,
included.
hey, you know, I'm not someone to be played with.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
But I feel like Kalani has set an example for you guys. Like in some of the speeches he's given and some of the things he said of like putting priorities in different ways and like controlling your emotions in a game, but even after a game, how you treat people, how
Especially
you do
after
things,
the game.
especially after the game. And so, you know, props to Kalani, man. He's a
Yeah.
real leader and he
100%.
has real perspective on what's important and things. And so it's great to have him around, man.
100%. You know, he definitely serves his impact, man. He does a good job with that. So, but yeah, crazy atmosphere, bro. Crazy fan base, crazy game.
Let's do it again.
And I was about to say, there's, you know, obviously I don't want to look too forward, you know, after this week, and I'm trying my best to stay in the present, but still, you know what I'm saying, there's a chance that we play them again, and shoot, I hope we do.
Avery Johnson, we know you're a listener, so go get it done on Saturday for
man,
us.
Go do your stuff, man. go do your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, cause we could use that, but yeah, bro. I hope, cause that'd be pretty sick. And
Yeah.
you know,
Donate to his foundation.
Amen.
If they win.
yeah,
If they win.
if they win,
How much did he get last time? Tens
A
of thousands.
lot.
Tens
did get a
of
lot.
thousands.
Yeah.
He does it again. We'll go to it again.
What is that foundation? What is that charity?
Was it
again
for
that
a
he has?
teacher or coach he had?
I
Do you
can't
remember?
Let me look.
It was someone like that. He was like a teacher or coach who had a diagnosis of cancer or had
Something
some
like
medical
that.
emergency of some sort.
Yeah,
Crisis.
and BYU fans blew the top off on that charity, like the
Yeah.
GoFundMe or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see, honestly.
Very cool, man. I love BYU fans, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just totally different, man.
Oh,
Some stuff.
it's his high school principal.
I was
Oh,
high school
okay.
principal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, you think you got a lot of donations from the last game, man? You do this, hey, you can do some really crazy things, with what would come for that. With that, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, for real though, but yeah, that's just the scenario we're in, man. We just need to take it to Houston this week. Like I said, it's senior night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big one, not just for myself, but for all my guys, my brothers. So Yeah. Are you guys gonna be there?
Oh, I'll be there.
You be there?
I'll be out of town.
Oof.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't hate on you for that, man. Family comes first. I get it.
I'll
That's
be
cool.
watching though.
Hey, where are you going for Thanksgiving?
Bro, I'm having a little Thanksgiving at the crib, man.
No, you're coming to my pop's place, dude.
Dude, I totally would, but I have it all figured out, all
You got it
planned
all
out.
planned
man.
out.
I got the turkey, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, how you doing the
stuffing and
turkey?
stuff. Just sliced. We're getting it from Chubby's.
Oh
Doing the Chubby's
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're set. You're set up then, dude.
That's
You're
what I'm saying.
good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be sick, man. But so yeah, Thanksgiving will be cool, but I need this win, man. I need this one so bad. You know, we're coming out in Navy in our
Oh, yeah,
Navy
I saw
jerseys,
that.
too. So it's gonna look cool too. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be.
SMU throwback kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
We did all Navy SMU, right?
We did Navy
Oh, it's
and all
Navy white,
but
yeah.
still we had Navy in it. But yeah, this time we just have Navy helmets, Navy jersey, Navy face mask, and white pants and white accessories.
Who picks this? Because I know in some seasons it's been players, and in
Yeah.
some seasons it hasn't been players, and sometimes it's back to back. What
Yeah,
it is?
honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm
never
betting. I'm
asked-
betting it's not players again.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't see why it would be. You know, because I mean, I feel like they're all chosen at the start of the season before we even have captains,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know, but I wouldn't assume that it's player chosen.
I know in 2020, and maybe it was because it was 2020, they did let the players pick the combos
I could see that.
and have input on the combos. Maybe that was to make the season a little more meaningful when like everything is, especially where BYU wasn't in a conference,
Yeah,
so it was like ultra chaotic,
yeah,
right? Really, the best games we had were Houston and Boise, probably until like the end of the season, right? That was like the two games,
yeah.
because everybody else was kind of like whoever you could pay
Just
to fly out
Come and play
to
us.
come and play us,
right.
And so they let him pick
Yeah.
that, and then they surprised him on Halloween. I think they played Western Kentucky, if I remember right. But they surprised him and let him wear blackout.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
which they like only do every so often, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's cool.
But maybe they haven't done it since
2020.
then.
Speaking of 2020, you know 2020 was the last year that I was in a championship game.
Really?
I think it was like the 8th game of the season. Maybe. We had a lot of games canceled.
Yes.
In fact, we were supposed to play. So we played San Jose State in the Mountain West Championship
Mm-hmm.
game. Lost it, unfortunately. But we were supposed to play them earlier on in that year. But both of our teams had way too many COVID cases. So we didn't even get to play each other. But it still worked out because we ended up playing in the championship game.
Yeah.
But, like, it was crazy, bro. Like, if you look at it now, technically that would be, like, just passing the halfway point of,
From-
like, a regular season.
Yeah.
You know, that's how many games we played that year. So, but yeah, that was the last time I was in a championship game. And I lost it. But, hey, man,
Redo.
you know what I'm saying? I'm trying. We're trying, bro.
Yeah.
And it's still not out the playbook, man. There's still a good chance that we make it.
64.6% chance that you
Those are
guys
some
make.
good odds, man.
I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have that than,
Than 40.
0%. Because, like, if you think about it, bro, like a year ago from this week, this was our last week, our last game.
Going into Oklahoma State.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're playing Oklahoma State this week. And this was whether we make it to a bowl game or not. You know what I'm saying? We lost this week. You know, so
Perspective.
It's all about perspective, literally. You know, and so we're in a lot better position this year, of course. Obviously, you know, we wish it can be a little bit better. Some things worked out a little bit more in our favor, but hey, it's not over, man. It's not over till it's over, bro. You know what I'm saying? It never is.
And if there was a team that BYU's had where the motto could be "It's not over till it's over," it might be this team, right? You look at Oklahoma State, Baylor,
Oh my goodness.
Utah.
Yes.
I mean, we go down the list. How many?
Literally,
SMU,
Man. Yeah, literally. so
cardiac
many.
Cougars, baby. Tell you,
I like that.
they-
Cardiac Cougars,
Get
right?
your heart racing to the
Bro,
very
oh,
end,
yeah.
dude. Like, what's gonna go down
This is
now?
a team, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's so crazy. It's tough because, like, I'm a true believer of, like, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, That seems to be the case a lot in a lot of these games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't want that to be the case anymore, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
want because like, man, Arizona State, we are down 21 to 3 at halftime. That's not a good position to be in.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't we do that against Oklahoma State as well? Or
You
21
were
to 0?
trailing by 11 at Oklahoma State and 10 at Utah. Is that right?
It
I
was
think Utah was 21.
It was
Oh,
11 was
tis-
Utah. It was 21-10.
21-10 at Utah.
Oklahoma State was up
Oklahoma
by
State.
2 scores. I thought maybe it was just one. I
No,
thought it was 2
don't-
scores.
I think it was only ever 7.
It was only a 7-point lead they ever got.
But they still scored
We were going to
21
halftime losing.
points.
Yeah,
It was
They not.
21-14.
21-14. That sounds right.
Anyways, we've let up 21-point first halves, I think, one too many times this season.
Yeah.
I think last game, I think that's the last time that we can do. Honestly, we can do it, and we will do it. I think it's tough because, you know, you have that first loss against Kansas. Like, all right, man, like this got to be our wake-up call, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, coming to Arizona State, you know, we kind of let that happen,
Yeah.
right? And so this is like 2 strikes, man.
What's your most
You know.
complete game? Kansas State, or you feel like you get 4 solid quarters? Because even Kansas State was kind of crazy in the middle 8, and like
As a whole team, absolutely.
probably Kansas
100%
State, right?
Kansas State. Defense-wise,
SMU, bro.
I was about to say SMU.
SMU was crazy.
From the start to the very end.
We started with sacks and a turnover fast in that game.
Yeah.
We got after them.
Yep. And then, like, dude, we had good ass performances there on. I mean, Baylor.
Yeah.
That was the best start of the game I've ever
my
seen in my life.
First place.
You know what I'm saying? The
D
best
lineman
start
getting
to the
picks.
game I've ever seen in my life. And then we, you know, kind of get a little comfortable. And then, well, there's a lot of other aspects to why they started to come back.
Mhm.
But I don't need to touch on that anymore. It's just in the past. But still, you know, they come back in the last half. Then we start turning up in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? But it's tough because in this conference, man, you can't take your foot off the gas.
No.
That's what I've been saying from the jump. That's the biggest lesson that we learned from last year.
Yeah.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it during the week. You can't even do it during the game. You know, and I feel like because last week we had a good ass week of preparation.
Yeah. That's what I'd heard.
There was like 1 or 2 periods, not days, periods during the week where it was like, okay, like we could have done a lot better. You know what I'm saying? We could have been a lot more detailed, but still, regardless, you put 2 periods out of what?
You got 10, 12 in a practice.
Oh, more than that. Like we have like, let's say out of 60 periods, 2 out of 60 periods are kind of, that's a good ass week of practice.
But you don't have 16 a day. You have 16 a week.
No, like
60
we'll have
periods
18 one day, 16 the next
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
14 the next day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like if you technically stack them all up, you know what I'm saying? So
1 out of 30 is a little lackadaisical, and the rest you're locked in and ready to go.
But the problem is, dude, is that we have a great, at least this week, what the story was, we had a great week of preparation to where I feel like we kind of forgot the aspect of, yeah, you earn it throughout the week, but you have to, you know, go and execute on game day. You have to, you know, take everything you learn, all the preparation, and then you're going to have to apply that to the game. You know, starting fast, you know what I'm saying? Like executing first play, very first rep, tackling, eye discipline, communication, right? Like you can't just go out there and just expect it just to happen. You have to actually do it.
Right.
And that's kind of where I feel like, you know, in that case is where we kind of didn't have our foot on the gas.
Right.
And then it's the little things, man, then boom, next thing you know. Because good offenses, you get, honestly, any offense in the Big 12.
Yeah.
You give them a little bit of something and they're going to score.
Yeah.
You have to be on your A game 24/7, you know what I'm saying? It's a shame and it's honestly disappointing that you spend that whole week to get to that point that you're at and just not do anything about it.
It's rough.
Just let it kind of, you know?
And you have such a
It's tough.
dominant second half, too.
Dude,
Like you
dominant
do
second
so
half.
many things right, and then it's just like,
It's like, but why can't we do that the whole game?
you do the whole game,
You know, it's
it's a fun game.
It's a crazy game. I mean, if we do what we did that last half, honestly, that last quarter,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a fun game.
And if we capitalize on the opportunities that we had, and and the little things that we missed, dude, like the ankle bite tackles, you know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate because it was a great call.
We've talked about in the past, like I'm talking about Kansas State, some good freaking teams we've played, SMU.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have sat in this podcast and been like, you know what's great about this team is the tackling.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of, we square up, we're there,
You have
we're not missing
single-digit missed tackles every
Yeah.
game, damn near.
Yeah.
Right? And then you come in this game, you know how many missed tackles we had? 22 or 28. I think it was 22. But still,
And like
in the 20s, bro, that's a lot.
You know I'm a Scattaboo fan. Well, I'm not so much anymore, but I had been a Scattaboo fan up to the point, right? Just because he just broke my heart. But it's not like he's a super elusive guy where you're like missing tackles because he's breaking ankles or something.
Yeah.
Like he's just like you said, he's really good at churning his leg.
Moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you can talk about his low center of gravity, but bro, he's not. It's not like we're playing Derrick Henry.
Right.
Even him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like Marshawn Lynch, you know what I'm saying? It all comes down to mindset and mentality.
Yeah.
Hands down, that's all it comes down to.
Yeah. Just
You know what I'm
squaring up
saying?
and doing your job because you've played other physical backs. You've played elusive backs, which if you're missing tackles in my mind, if I just don't know who the running back is, I'm thinking this guy's shifty.
Right.
Because 22 missed tackles, like the running back, the receivers must have had some shake and bake to him. But Scaboo's kind of like and he can wiggle. Like, don't get me wrong, he's good.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna sit here and disregard,
Yeah.
you know, his talent and how hard he works, whatever.
He's awesome.
Good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a good running back.
Yeah, one of the best ones.
But
out
like,
there.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this dude's untackleable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that's even possible. I don't even think there's anybody out there who is, truthfully. You know, and like at this level, I feel like you shouldn't. I don't know. Look, I have missed tackles too. I'm not gonna sit here and say this isn't my fault. I'm not pointing fingers whatsoever. I myself had a missed tackle in the game. It wasn't on Scaboo. It was on the quarterback. Actually, it was at the end, towards the end of the game. I was dropping out into the curl window, and then I started to run back in to the alley because the quarterback kind of stepped up, and then he scrambled out. Yeah, broke contain.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dropping. So, anyways, I was out of leverage, and you know, I just simply didn't get there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, truthfully. But, you know, gator roll tackles, you have to execute those tackles.
Yeah,
and those are the tackles that, quite frankly, would have
neutralized that whole situation,
killed the whole run game.
Yeah,
like that one play where we had, you know, our bullets up, you know what I'm saying, and all the guys up, and we knew it was going to be a run. Everybody in the stadium knew it was
4th and 1, 4th and 2.
Yeah,
the big run
right?
he broke.
And when they had the
to
touchdown,
go up 21. Yeah,
exactly right. Mm-hmm. You have two guys
hit each other.
Hit each other after they make contact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's like I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, man,
grab.
You have to gator roll. You know what I'm saying. You can't just jump at some ankles or you know, shins and just expect, you know, to hit tackle.
Yeah,
that good of a running back that keeps his feet turned. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It just comes down to little things. Or like when we have those big explosive plays, like the pass game, right? Like you can't sit here and not talk if you're gonna. You know what I'm saying? If we change the coverage, you can't just
you have to communicate
this that, and not even. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to make sure everybody's on the same page,
right?
Especially in the coverage game, because if that, you know what I'm saying? Because we have our safety coming down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our corner is expecting safety to be deep.
Mm-hmm. So he can play the flats or so he can do something else. Yeah.
And then that's where that big pass play came from. And it's just facts. I'm not pointing fingers at nobody. You go watch the tape yourself. Everybody watch the game.
Yeah.
Everybody seeing that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just straight up. And so when it comes down to these little things, man, it's just like.
The good thing is.
It's tough.
We've done all those things in the past. Pretty consistent.
That's very true.
Pretty consistent. If you look at 11 games, we've done those things.
It's still part of our identity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's perfect. No defense is perfect on any level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to make mistakes. That's college football.
Yeah.
That's literally what we've sat here and talked about before. That's what college football is, right? However, though, for us to continue to be successful and get back on the train that we're on, we're gonna have to be.
Gotta tighten up the little
We
things,
have to
man.
tighten it. We gotta be a little more disciplined, man, and we can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fully believe that we will be, and we are. You know what I'm saying? That's our core identity. Our
Yeah.
defense. You know what I'm saying? Is being great at the little things, executing the little things,
And
right?
working together.
Exactly.
Like, because that's, I think last year you could be like, oh, Jay Hill was at DC last year. A lot of the same players were on the same roster last year. They're on the roster this year. But the difference is we've been so much better this year. I mean, we have been healthier too. That's part of it. But like, I feel like really it's playing together and the little things of helping each other out, right? When you're passing off a safety or you're eating up a block or you're doing whatever, you're doing it in mind of the other person who you're with. And it seems like that's been the big difference this year.
Yep.
So
Agreed. You know, and so that's kind of just one thing I'm looking forward to this rest of the season, man. Is I just want everybody to look at these next games, every single game from here on out, as if it is our Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what Houston's record
Well,
is.
technically, the playoff starts for you Saturday.
Yeah.
You lose.
Essentially,
I mean,
you
you
know?
do get one more game if you lose on Saturday, but you
Right.
lose, you're out of the big championship,
Yeah.
right? And so your playoffs start for you Saturday. It's win or go home for 4 more games, 5 more games, whatever it ends up
Exactly.
being.
Truthfully, the playoffs start right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? So it's just being intentional with executing our plays and being intentional with the little things. We're intentional with them all week long. We just have to apply it on game day
Yeah.
from the jump, because we do apply it, but we do it too late.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hence why, you know, our first half sometimes aren't, you know, as fast as it should be, because towards the end, you see the type of defense we are.
Right.
You see what our identity is, right? It's just, you know, and I feel like sucks that it's taken 2 learning lessons, right? But I feel like everything happens for a reason, man. And I feel like those 2 losses truthfully happened for a reason, so that we can, you know, remind ourselves and kind of not just be humbled, but like also to just like a sense of reassurance that like, hey, this is how we have worked this whole season.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we've had so much success. Let's stick to it. Let's come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I love our offense. You know, we got some dogs on the offense. You know, they make plays. They've saved us in a lot of situations.
Yeah, oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And, like, I know that they're going to do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go out there and play their game. But I'm just talking specifically from a defense standpoint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have to hold offense to
A field goal.
a field goal, we're the defense to do that.
Right.
Right? We're the defense to, you know, if our offense scores, you know, 7 points, shoot, we got to hold their offense to 3 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of defense we are, man. And we have to remember that and keep going back to just the basics.
Right.
You know? And that's what we are doing.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. And I feel like, you know, going against Houston, especially with the emotional aspect to it,
They better be ready to play
yes,
because there's some
100%.
pissed off Cougars, you know.
100%. You know what I'm saying? These last 2 weeks have not been super enjoyable, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, you want to have fun in the
Right.
process. You want to, you know, be where your feet are, absolutely, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we want to win,
Right.
right? We love winning. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's funny. Fans they're interesting, right? Like they're passionate, they're invested. They
Right.
you know, they feel
they
that
care.
they care, dude.
like
Like
a
it's
lot.
and it's not like other fan bases where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we suck, whatever. Like, I'm gonna go do this thing. It's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, like it
No, it's different.
stays with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want Cougar Nation to know we got amazing coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jay Hill,
Great
Papinga,
coaches. Oh, yeah.
even Buhal, for like all those guys.
Mhm.
We got great coaches, and they feel the same way you do.
Yep.
And they're on it. So I mean, everyone's hating on like even A-Rod right now.
I know. I
Like,
mean,
I like A-Rod a lot.
How can you have bad coaches and you still have the record that you do?
You can't
have the
do
production
it.
that you do.
You can't do it. There's
As a
team.
whole collective, you know what I'm saying? There's not one person that stands out, especially just on our defense or on our offense. Everybody has
That's
played
a
role.
very good point.
You can't have a bad coach and that be an aspect. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? A standing like it's like a very valid and truthfully real thing. Right?
This is a super good point.
You can't do it. It doesn't make any sense.
I was in Idaho. I was in Boise a while ago at our favorite sushi place, eating with some people.
Yep.
And they said, "Oh, you're BYU fan, this," because they had said this husband was like the executive was like, "Oh, I'm a Boise fan." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." Like, actually, kind of low key like Boise. Talked about you,
Nice.
everything. We talked about Will. He didn't know who
yeah.
Will was, but I was like, "That's
Fair
actually our
enough.
Boise boy."
Yeah.
So too. But he's like, "Who's the superstar on BYU's team?" That's what he asked me. He's like, "Who you guys?" Because at the time, I think we were 6-0, 5-0, something. Yep. It was a few weeks. Yeah, we were flying. And he's like, "Who's the superstar on BYU's team?" And I'm like, who do I tell him?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. We have a superstar.
There is not one person.
There's some leaders.
Absolutely.
There's but that's not what he's asking
There's
about.
veterans, you know what I'm saying? But that's not.
Who's our superstar?
Because some teams do.
Some teams do.
I mean, hence Arizona State, for example.
Yeah.
Who's their superstar?
Scattaboo.
Right?
Yeah.
Boise State. Who's their superstar?
Ashton Genty. And that's what he just got done
Kansas
saying.
State. Who's their superstar?
Avery Johnson.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like BYU, you just can't.
Yeah, and so he caught me flat-footed. He's like, "Oh, don't tell me you have like 6 superstars." I was like, "Dude, I don't know if we have any superstars."
Yeah.
But we have team. Like, and that's what's fun about this season is like
it's a whole collective effort and identity.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And so like and he's like, that's such like a little bullcrap answer.
Right.
You know? I'm like, no, like, seriously,
it's
dude.
Valid.
If you watch this team and I watched other teams, like in the past, I could tell you Tyler Algier, Puka Nakua, Taysom Hill, like I could point you to
Zach
like
Wilson.
Zach Wilson. I could point you to one guy, like that's our superstar, you know? Yep. But like this year it's like, dude, everyone's playing ball. Like
we have a lot of leaders.
I have a lot of leaders.
A lot. And it also comes with, you know, the amount of veterans that we have, right? But still though, you know, like the veterans that we have aren't just like regular veterans though. If that makes sense. Like I've been on teams where, you know, we've had a lot of seniors, a lot of veterans, but like they truthfully just didn't put themselves in positions to be not only just leaders, but have an impact truthfully on the team.
Yeah.
Right? And the preparation of the team, you know, the way we go about treating each other, the culture, you know, that's just flat out the case, right?
Right.
But this team, man, like our veterans, is like the culture is just so adopted by them that it like everybody else just feeds off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The sophomores, the juniors, even the freshmen just feeds off of the impact and the example that comes off the veterans, all our veterans on the team. It's crazy.
It's funny because I was talking to some freshmen last week and I was doing something for them. I don't know. I think I was doing tires or something. Anyway, I was helping them out. And they were talking about Arizona State and stuff. And they're like, gosh, we just got to do the little things better. Yeah. Like the little things translate to this. Like we got to do this. And I'm like, wait, you're like 18 years old. You're talking about the little things? Most 18-year-olds, if you don't know, they're not worried about the little things, right? They're worried about taking care of themselves. Yep. They're about this. But these guys were locked in, pissed off, like chippy about everyone doing the little things. Like these guys, like we all need to do this. There's no more. I'm like,
holding each other accountable.
Like, wow, what a team culture.
I know, right? It's crazy, man. It's like infectious, you know, and because they know it's real. Everybody sees it. You know what I'm saying? They see how it works. They see the impact that it has on everybody. You know, and they see you win from having that. And so why wouldn't you adopt that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, you're in Provo. There's not too many distractions to with
football,
that being
baby.
said. It's football, man. You come here to play football, truthfully, and get a good-ass education.
Yeah.
And on cherry on top, you get to grow your faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But truthfully, you come here for that one reason.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas on a lot of places, you go to play some good football, but there's other stuff going on all the time. You know, people have different priorities. Nah, man. That's why this year is just so special to me. Personally. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue on. I truly believe that.
That's my question. That's my follow-up thought or question here is like, you got these freshmen.
Yep.
who are learning the lessons you guys had to learn through kind of pain and suffering.
Oh, like years of it.
Years of pain and suffering, right?
Years of it.
And then like you
Yeah.
learn the lesson. Can they really learn it secondhand? Because a lot of these kids, all they've known is success.
Right.
These freshmen come in, but they also know the culture of success.
Yes.
So then it's like, you know what the pride cycle in the
Yes.
Book of Mormon,
Yeah.
right? Like these freshmen, their entire experience is the upswing of the pride cycle, right? Like where they've learned their lessons and all this. So it's like, are they going to be at the pinnacle in a year or two and then have to experience it again? Or can this be a culture that just like carries on this upward trajectory and trend? I hope it's the latter. I hope it's
an
like,
interesting statement or just honestly topic
yeah,
you just brought up. Because like I can really see these guys taking this experience and, you know, learning from others and everything like that, and truthfully just making it go like this and continue to, you know, support the brand, you know, and adopt all these different, you know, attributes that this culture is, well, quite frankly, just providing everybody, right?
yeah,
But you never know, man. There is a thing of, you know, getting comfortable.
yes,
There's a entitlement is a real thing. I'm not saying those are qualities on this team. I'm saying just in general.
human qualities.
Human qualities. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, you never know, man. So
It could go
obviously,
either way. It could
obviously,
go.
I hope they learn
Yeah,
and they have. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep up with that culture. But yeah, man, like I said, you never know. But it can be something whereas, you know, like ingrained into, you know, a program. Like when you look at some programs like Alabama, Ohio State, you know, why do they have such great years all the time? And yeah, you can say the talent that they have, but
there's a lot of teams with talent.
There's a lot of teams with talent, man.
Dude.
You know, and it has to be beyond that. It has to be culture. It has to be, you know, what people buy into, the decision to buy into it. You know what I'm saying? And keeping it real with these kids, right? But man, the game's changing, bro. The whole in all phases, the game's changing. Money wise, playing time wise, you can leverage different things now. You know what I'm saying? Like, a kid doesn't play. Hey man, I'm out. I'm gonna go get paid somewhere else and more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at least they're promising me to play too. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, they don't know.
You
for
never
sure,
know.
Hey, they're giving me the same promises you are. And if you're not fulfilling that, shoot, I might as well take my chance somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just that easy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you talk about, you know, what's it called? With the
revenue sharing?
Revenue sharing, yep. Revenue sharing, bro. It's a tough it's a tough world to be in, man. You know, you thought it was tough before. Man, you put a lot of future into a lot of these individuals' hands. It's tough, man, because like you just said, on that upward scale, whatever, like what we had to go through to learn all these things, what I had to go through over these 6 seasons of football to be where I'm at now, like I had to learn a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And go through a lot to acquire these lessons, right? And these perspectives. But like, in a way, I like learned the hard way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The same way with a lot of these other guys, right? But now that's not, you don't really have to. Truthfully, you don't.
If you can stay humble and you can stay focused and true to those principles of success. And that's like, instead of being tested on the field and having to go through the suffering, now you're almost tested in your mind.
Yeah.
Can you continue to stay true to those things that made you successful and have enough humility to recognize it's not my talent. It's not my ability to step on the field and be the man. It's all those other things that help me. Because it's freaking D1 football, dude. I promise you, everybody came from high school and thought, I'm so freaking special.
Yes,
I'm so good, right? Like, and they were at their high school.
I mean, they made it.
They made
to
it.
a Division I program.
So they were.
Right.
But now it's a different ball game, baby.
It's a different ball game. It's kind of crazy to see, and I'm just seeing it happen, man. That's why I feel like it's such a good thing that BYU, like this football team, our culture is just like getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? Right now, so that when those tough times do hit, when those, qualities, those recruits, those type of situations happen, they'll have this to fall back on. Like, hey man, this is like real. This is real life, like football. This is real life. You know, you gonna come here and earn it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the way that this program keeps trending.
And people like, listen, people at home are going to think like, well, of course this is going to continue because you're going to have Jay Hill, you're going to have Kalani, you're going to have the same staff. But as a guy who's been on a staff and had the same standards, principles, play calling, philosophy, you go look at the different years, there's varying results because there is a percentage of your success that is your players' buy-in and your players' commitment.
Yep.
And so I don't, you know, depending on any certain team, that could be like, you know, 10 to 25% probably of it is like, it doesn't matter what's happening. Look at what's happened to Alabama. And I know there's been a change of the guard there a little bit, you know, too, but Saban's still in this building.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So
still around, man.
So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting year. But I know some of the fans out there, they're like, oh, this whole year is just gravy, man. It's about the young boys coming in and learning this. And I hope they're right. I hope they're right. But I'm just saying, like, it's physically to develop your body, it takes time, right? Unless you're just Superman.
Yes,
and there's not a lot of Supermans out there.
There's not.
And they're getting bags to go a lot of places. You know, it takes time to like learn the speed of the game, the mental side of like just install.
And that's the hardest part, the mental aspect of it, gaining that.
Yeah.
Like you can come in the game being the biggest, strongest, fastest, but if you don't have the mental aspect of it, if you don't have your mindset down, none of that matters, man. You can kiss all that money goodbye, all that playing time goodbye that's promised to you. None of that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you literally can't go out there and do anything.
Right.
Right. Like, man, I could sit here and be like, you know what? I probably am fast enough to run with this running back on the wheel route, but I don't believe that I'll be able to catch up. So, you know, I'm going to take this bad angle, right? And then, you know, I'm just saying it for example, right? You take this bad angle and then, boom, he cuts an angle route right up behind you.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
And they knew that that's the mentality I have. They knew that I was going to take that angle, so that's why they hit the angle route.
Right.
Or the Texas route from running back from the backfield.
Yeah.
Whereas if, you know, I have confidence in myself and I take the correct angle, they're going to most likely resort to the wheel route and test my speed.
Yeah.
And I'm fast enough. I'm fast enough to keep up with them if I believe I am too. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to keep up with it and it's not even going to be a thing. But it comes down to little things like that, man. Like if you're a good coach and if you know football, you will attack those things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You'll try to look for those aspects of the game and attack them, right? Especially at this level, man. Because like I said, you have all these guys who come in thinking they're dogs. You know what I'm saying? They're big, they're strong.
Yeah.
They pass the eye exam.
Yeah.
But man, if they don't believe in themselves, it's just like tackling.
Yeah.
If you don't believe that you can tackle somebody, you're not going to tackle them. I promise you that.
Dude, your subconscious mind will hijack you.
Exactly. And that's just human nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to train that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what so many years of college football, that's something that I had to learn for myself too, you know, the hard way. Is that, man, if you don't believe it, nobody else will, first of all.
Right.
And second of all, you're not helping yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you ingrain something negative into your mind when you know you can do it, but you just don't believe you can?
Right.
It's crazy, but it's a real thing. It is a real thing.
What do you think, Isaiah, about the idea that money, because now like, money is solidly in the conversation for college athletes, that money's an amplifier. Like, it takes who you are, good, bad, you know, neutral, apathy, and it like ramps it up. Because that's a philosophy, at least among like professional development people, is that money will amplify like whatever you are. Do you believe that's true? Do you think that plays an effect on college football? Like, what are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, I do. Truthfully, I feel like it will have an effect, especially, you know, the more it becomes such a common scenario for a lot of these young guys coming in, right? Because it can be a thing where it's like, oh, you're talking back to me? What? Who is this kid? I'll just go pay somebody else to come take your spot. Someone probably better than you who has more experience than you. You know what I'm saying? So that aspect of like leniency, as a young kid, like my freshman year, in my redshirt freshman year, man, like bless my coaches at Boise State, man, because I needed second chances.
Mm-hmm.
I needed them to give me that sense of what, I forgive you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn, and obviously you're gonna have to take accountability for what you did or like what you didn't do,
Mm-hmm.
football wise or not. What I'm saying, school wise, whatever. But they're gonna have that grace as concept of it, right? And that's where I'm not saying I sat here and took advantage of it, but I needed that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, to further grow, to be like, like to learn, right? But now it's become a thing where that, in a lot of cases, that's probably not even going to be a concept. There's not even going to be second chance a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could promise someone to get paid, but like they have some programs have so much money. They're like, I don't even care if I just give this kid $100,000.
Right.
I'll give this kid $150,000. You know what I'm saying? I have somebody who can do that if I want it.
Right.
Right? And it's like, you mess up. Okay, you have 2 bad games, 3 bad games. All right, bro, it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's like cutthroat like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if there's not a salary cap for the teams, especially if there's no regulations that aren't in place yet. You know what I'm saying? Bro, there's so many ways it can be. So that pressure aspect of it from a young age is making, honestly, it's bringing the professional aspect of football and like bringing it 4 years prior to what it's always has been.
Yeah.
Right? So in that regards, it can be more motivation for the players to come in, be like, all right, this is my mindset. I'm gonna work even harder so that, because I'm looking at this as a job.
Opportunity, yeah.
This is a job now, truthfully. Obviously, it's an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still want to chase your dreams and make it NFL, but this ain't like a stepping stone for a lot of people anymore. This is like a full-time job for 4 years.
Yes.
Right, where they can really set themselves up for the rest of their life. Some people who don't even care to play in the NFL, they'll be set for life just based off of the 4 years that they get.
If they have the discipline.
Absolutely. If that is
to invest it and
Right.
be smart with it. Because I can promise you there's a lot
some
of people who don't.
Yeah. Trust me, I know, especially at a young age too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That even in a sense, somebody blows all their money away the first year, like, oh shoot, I blew all my money away. I'm not playing good. I gotta do something, get a kick in the butt. It's just different forms of motivation, different things that these kids have to honestly go through that, quite frankly, I didn't have to go through.
Right.
Thank goodness. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same case for a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It'll definitely have an impact, but it'll be the same thing just in different ways.
Do you think you got Billy Bob here and you've got, Fred over here. And let's say Billy Bob is selfish and Fred is like generous, right? And then you give them both $200,000. Like, do you buy the philosophy that this guy's gonna become more selfish and this guy's gonna become more generous? Or does it not change anything? Like, what do you think? How does money affect people? Or maybe it doesn't.
It's an interesting question. I feel like it's hard because the selfish individual, it depends on why they're selfish.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm a firm believer in, look, I can't help you if I don't help myself first. I can't love you if I don't love myself first. You see what I'm saying? I can't be there for you if I'm not there for myself first. Right? And so in a lot of cases, I'm just not in a position to care about anything but my own well-being or myself right now, if that makes sense.
Right.
Whereas somebody, they might have already, been in a place where, hey, I'm good, man. Like, and that's where they see it as selfish. I'm selfless, right? And they're giving all the time, you know what I'm saying? Because they've already gone to that point. Everybody has their own different clock. Everybody reaches different aspects. Some people never reach certain lessons. Yeah. Some people never reach that point. But, I feel like everybody reaches at a different time. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't know. It is really based off of why they're selfish. Some people just straight up like, I don't care about you. Like, this is my world. You're just living in it. And that's just, nothing's going to change that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes money even feeds to that. You know, the freedom aspect of it. Like, one thing that I even noticed with, like, even celebrities and stuff like that, and people, like, this is why I don't really try to, what's the word? Like, I don't try to make celebrities
put them on a pedestal.
Yeah, I don't put them on a pedestal. I don't put truthfully, I don't put anybody on a pedestal other than Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Right? I don't care how much money you make. But in society, these people get to a point where they're alienated from everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees them, everybody puts them on a pedestal. Everybody
Yeah.
sees them in a different way. Right? So they don't believe that they have to abide by the same rules. They don't believe that they have to, you know, acquire or uphold the same virtues and values and foundations that most other people do.
Right.
Right? Because of that exact reasons. And in that case, sometimes they become selfish.
Yes.
Also because they have no other way of going about it, even if they don't want to be.
Yeah.
That's just the society that they live in. That's the world that they live in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think they're so, I mean, it's pretty young in people's lives. Like, I feel like you're still learning who you are a lot in those ages, those college ages. I think people on average change their major 5 times. That's an average.
Really?
Right? Yeah. At least we had someone when I was in college who came and gave a speech about that and talked to our class. But so you're just figuring life out still. And now it's like you're figuring life out and it's like, here's a bag, bro. And I'm not against giving the players money. Like I'm all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So
shoot, yeah.
So I'm not saying it's
sacrificing
bad.
a lot, truthfully.
Yeah. So like I'm all about giving them money, but it's gonna be interesting to see if maybe it won't change that much as we think, right? Because everyone's likes to blame NIL for stuff now, and like my personal experience with everything is like I don't think it's changed a whole lot yet. I mean, maybe for a few guys, but for the average guy, I remember when we were doing NIL deals the first year, we talked with someone at USA Today, and they asked about like what kind of deals we were giving players, and we were like $1,000 a pop for this or that, or $500 a pop for this or that. And they said if you took all college athletes, football players, on an average, that they would make less than $1,000 a year, right? Because there's obviously people making millions,
Sure,
and guys who making nothing.
like
And so
nothing.
on average, nothing, literally nothing.
Negative, honestly.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But
So I don't know. So I don't think it's affected anything too much yet, except for outside of a few individuals, or 1%, 2%. But now we're gonna have a different sample size, different data to look
it's
at.
completely different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing with NIL too, especially the way it's going, man. Is that like there's gonna be so many opportunities for these young kids to make so much bread, truthfully.
Yes.
And like you said, if they're smart with it, they can set themselves up for life.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of these people come to college and like try to play college football so that they can put themselves in a position where they can do that.
Yeah.
Right. And help their family. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. And, you know, I personally believe it's a wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
It's awesome. However, though, you know, there has to be some transparent and authentic resources and guidelines when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, you know, there's a cap on how much somebody can make. I'm not trying to say none of that. Look, if you can get the biggest bag you can,
get it.
Do it. Go ahead and do it.
And good for you too.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You've earned it.
Yeah.
In some way, somehow you've earned it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to call it, people want to say, you know, it's a handout or whatever. Nah. You're in that position. You got the opportunity to take it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should ever, I don't believe in pocket watching. So that's kind of where my perspective is coming from, right? But anyways, however, though, if someone at that age who has no experience with, you know, accounting or, you know, any type of money management, there has to be some sort of resource in place, like a distinct resource for these college athletes, student athletes, to go to and not only just learn just the basics. I'm not saying they have to take accounting class. I'm not saying they have to learn T-tables. I'm not learning, you know, all these type of things. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they have to learn at least the basics, fundamentals, what taxes are, and how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? How much you're gonna have to pay and put aside. You know what I'm saying? And also too, man, like what to do with your money. What do you want to do with your money?
What's your plan?
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really just want to sit here and buy shoes, cars, a big crib? You know what I'm saying? All these things that, I mean, hey, if you want to do that, that's cool.
That's your choice.
That's your choice. I mean, truthfully, at the end of the day, you are an adult. You know what I'm saying? You can do that, right? But or would you rather invest it, a little bit of it, into something like this? You'll still have enough to buy your shoes, whatever, and might get yourself a nice car, but man, that you still have a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do to set yourself up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that,
Right.
especially where these people are coming from. These kids are coming from. You know, they're coming from places where there's like they have no idea
Right.
what money management is, financial management is whatsoever, what they can even invest in, all these things, right?
Most
Shoot,
people
I
don't
didn't
know.
even.
Most
I don't
people
even.
don't know, dude.
Shoot, I barely. Well, no, I do have a good idea, but I had to learn a lot
Yeah.
to get to this point where I understand now of how I want to manage my money, what I want to do with certain things, especially going into the next phase of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of kids just don't have that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that resource. So I'm saying if you're going to pay all these kids all this money and you're going to transition college football into more of a business side and, a game of numbers, you have to
Give some support.
you have to give them some support.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? You just can't throw a bag at these kids and just expect them to be all right.
Yeah. Well, I know
You
first.
can't do that.
I know really, really well that your coaching staff, Kalani, is already investigating things. And
That's what I'm saying.
already,
Bro, already he's I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about half some of the things. You know what I'm saying? That they've implemented as resources for us to learn
Right.
and to take advantage of for our best just for us in general, like our future is just not only just investing, but like I said, money management, where to put our money, taxes wise. You know what I'm saying? Even there's some things I don't even want to talk about because I don't know if I should.
right. Right.
But still, you know what I'm saying? There are resources and support that's established for us already. And that's how I feel like every program should be. At least have a department.
Yeah. Someone.
Just like how we have recruiting departments,
yes.
we have player personnel departments, we have all types of departments, nutrition, everything like that, equipment. Why wouldn't you just add a small department for money management, financial management?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that has to be a thing, bro. If you want to be a first class program, you will have that for those kids.
Well,
You will.
the third floor of the SCB where you've got the tutoring, or is that the second floor?
Yeah. Third
floor.
Yeah.
You got the tutoring and all that stuff up there, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have all these resources for school, right? I don't have to be that. Doesn't have to be that same level, but there should also be resources for that stuff. And it varies school by school, but I know BYU is very serious about it, and
Yeah.
they're doing a good job with it.
Trust me, they are.
Yeah.
Kid knows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully that all work out. I think it will for a lot of kids. But
I think it will too. I mean, there's with everything, man, there's pros and cons.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people it's gonna work out great. Some people are gonna decide to, take advantage of those opportunities, the support, all the knowledge is being given to them. Some people are gonna choose to disregard it. Some
Yes.
people are gonna choose to, make that bad decision. Obviously, that's just, what growing up is all about and learning the hard way. But that's what the problem is that like learning the hard way now is more crucial and critical. You know what I'm saying? Like the leash isn't as long as it used to be.
Yeah.
And every year it just keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter. You get on thinner ice. Right?
There's more
And so-
responsibility that comes with all
Exactly.
this. Yeah.
right? And more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Great power comes great responsibility. And that's something you need to learn. Whether you learn it yourself or you learn it from others.
It's always better to learn from other people.
It's always better to learn from other people, man.
But
Sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
you do
you know,
you can't
sometimes you
avoid
just
all
have
the
to.
lessons, man.
You can't.
We came
know,
here to
how-
learn hard lessons.
Exactly. Right? So, I don't know, man. I'm excited to see how it all turns out,
Yeah.
but
You won't care, bro. You'll be off in the league doing your
Yeah.
stuff, and you'll be like, dude, those BYU.
well, I'll be
jokers."
essentially going through it myself.
At
You know what I'm
different
saying?
level,
Just
yeah.
on a different level, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, you're right. I'll be like, whatever.
Those jokers down
Must
there.
be nice, man. Nah, but I'm happy for them, man. And I've always, because I just look back at my college career and I was like, man, like if that was something that was established for me and like the guys even on my team who I would like work with and stuff like that, I was like, man, that would have changed our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So, it's a good thing. It can be a very good thing.
Yeah.
It can also be a bad thing. It's all about how you go about it.
Right.
So that's why it's important for the support to be there for these kids.
100%.
I mean, shoot, you got some of these kids about to make more than NFL players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What was that one? There's this one recruit I seen. I didn't look too deep into it, but one recruit I saw, like, he got an NIL deal that essentially was like a 1.5 mil a year or 2.5 mil a year. And Brock Purdy's making 890 something thousand a year. They're both quarterbacks, except for one's in high school
And one's played in
and
the
one's
Super Bowl.
in the NFL and literally played in the Super Bowl. Isn't that outrageous?
That is outrageous, dude.
It's absurd, right?
Yeah.
But like that's just the reality of things, man. That's what happens when you don't have a salary cap.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
well,
there's different.
and there's strategy to what the league does too,
That's
right?
very
They
true.
they can get Purdy on his rookie contract
Yep.
or on a lower contract, and then go build up the team around him
Yep.
and all these. There's all that strategy. Whereas
Leverage this,
Yeah.
all types of stuff.
and then in
yeah.
college football, like you said, it's like
it's like
there's
I got one guy who can give you 5 mil. You know what I'm saying? I got one guy right here who can give it to you, man. Then
Yeah.
I have some other dude who'll get the other guy right. So don't worry about him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. And some people are crazy. They'll throw bags at these
Oh,
kids.
dude.
Bro. I'm talking.
You've played
millions.
against
I know
guys
I
getting
have.
bags, bro.
I've played against a few,
Yeah.
quite a few players. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good for them, man. But like,
Well, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like,
It's just the change is already here. Like it's
already happened.
Yeah.
100%. You know, it's still fresh though. You know,
Yeah.
it's still up for debate. You know, all the rules and regulations aren't necessarily set in stone. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Even when not even just football. When you talk about basketball, it's a
Oh
whole
my
nother
gosh,
game.
dude.
That's a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that like football doesn't even talk. We
It's-
can't even touch.
It's crazy,
truthfully.
dude. And it's funny because, like, here's the thing. If you're just the average, everyday college sports consumer, I think at the end of the day, the players are the biggest beneficiary of all this. But the sports fan is the second. Because what
Yeah.
happens if you're the best player at Utah Valley and you're averaging 20 and 10 and, you got some measurables that are going to help translate you to higher levels?
Yeah.
You might not get paid at Utah Valley, but you're going somewhere else. Or if you're riding the pine at Kentucky
Yeah.
and you're a dude, just for example, or you're riding the pine at Duke or whatever, and you're not getting utilized or whatever, like, why not go to,
Yeah.
I mean, they're always going to Gonzaga, but why not go to like a St. Mary's, or why not go? So I feel like the talent, and you see it in college football
You
this
see-
year, dude.
literally.
This
Did
is
you
the
know
year.
there's a possibility that not a single SEC team makes the college football playoff?
I wish it was. Well, one will, right? One is guaranteed a spot.
Right. But
But-
there's still a chance that
No one else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You would never think that.
It's crazy
Right.
when instead of all the money going to few players at a few schools, all of a sudden money starts going to players at all the schools. Like, oh, like look how level the playing field
Like,
is.
whoa.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I just didn't think it was gonna happen this fast though.
Well, it's been a few iterations of it, right? You remember when Saban blew up on his boosters for not fundraising NIL enough for him? Do you remember this, Kev? Saban went crazy yelling at his boosters in a booster club meeting.
Really?
Because Texas A&M had taken like a bunch of his top targets. Hit your mic.
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
You can turn mine off.
No.
Not sure what. Oh,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
You're back.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Kev?
Yeah, they just outbid him
And-
for a bunch of players.
And Saban basically
And all
said
those
that.
players are gone.
It's weird.
Well, like most of them. A lot of them
Isn't that
transferred.
crazy?
Yeah, like that recruiting class.
Wow.
Most of those kids are on different teams.
Wow.
So it will never always just be money.
Right.
Like we talk about team culture and those lessons.
Yeah.
And everything. Like that's still gonna matter.
Yeah.
But now
But
everyone's
there's
getting
other
paid.
aspects of the game, and that also mattered too. And in
Yeah.
some people's eyes, just as much.
Right.
You know. So, it's just crazy. But, excuse me. Yeah, man. Cause yeah, I was sitting there thinking about that stuff today in our team meeting. I was just like, man, like some dudes are about to get paid this year. I'm happy for them, man.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And like I said, I know how hard it was for me, you know. So for these kids, because you know, football is like it is a full-time job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On top of it, like you're still taking full credit hours, stuff like that. It's a lot, man. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
So you're doing Thanksgiving at your house.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting most of the stuff at Chubby's, which is not a bad way to do it.
No.
At all. Because Will and Aaron and those guys, they know how to make food. Yeah. Who's attending? You and the girlfriend and the dog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll be kind of nice. Is this your first one on your own? I know you got invites. I'm sure you got invites from coaches and people and stuff.
I feel like no, I don't think. I think I had one more, but truthfully, every year, you know, people have been really awesome and generous with like, you know, inviting me over and stuff like that. Especially because my family's so far away, you know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, pretty much though. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It'll be cool, man. The thing, yeah, like I said though, it's like Thanksgiving. You know, it's awesome and everything, but you know, my Canadian Thanksgiving happened already like a month ago, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, just in like my, you know, my body's time clock is already passed. You know, like this will be cool.
This is the second one.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. It's cool still, but yeah, it'll be nice, man. Then, cause when is it? It's
Thursday.
Thursday, right?
It's coming fast.
Dang, right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. All these holidays that kind of get mixed into the football season is just like, it's never really that big of a deal for me, you know, because I'm just always doing football.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know.
I feel
It's
like
crazy.
whether I'm coaching or not, or when I was playing, like, doesn't matter. Once Halloween is over, like, and it's probably because of the winter solstice or whatever, right, coming up, but like, it just feels like everything just goes so fast. Like you're to Thanksgiving way faster, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's like, oh, Christmas is this week.
Yeah,
It just, I don't know, everything just speeds up.
I agree.
And then bowl week is my favorite week of the year, dude.
Yeah,
Because when I was a teacher, I was off the whole week. I would just watch football the whole week. It was amazing.
let's talk about bowl games for a second.
Let's do it.
I've only ever been to one. Out of the 6 football seasons, I've only been to one bowl game.
What bowl games you playing?
Las Vegas,
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
Had a blast. It was incredible. It was awesome. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
You know,
You get a prize? Or you get a gift?
Yeah,
I guess it's
yeah.
called a bulk gift.
bowl gifts. Yeah, we got a few. You know what I'm saying? They got some good stuff that you could choose from and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like honestly, like the gifts were cool and everything. I still use some of my gifts that I got from that game. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the experience, dude. Just being out there, you're out there for like almost a whole week.
Yeah.
Some damn near a whole week. You're just out there with your guys, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, dude, it's like a whole different version
Of college
football. It's a whole different like mode. It's like a mini game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's so cool. So I'm excited, man, for whatever happens this season. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I want to play one, but I also want to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Did
saying?
you guys lose the Vegas Bowl then?
Yeah.
Who'd you guys play?
Washington.
Oh, that's a good team though. Back 2019 Washington's a good team.
They kicked our ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, still a great experience, man.
Yeah.
Enjoyed every second. But yeah, and then after that, obviously COVID 2020, there wasn't a bowl game to go to. And then 2021, I think we're going to the Barstool Bowl game in somewhere. I think it was in Arizona somewhere. Phoenix, maybe. And that one I was excited for, you know what I'm saying? But we had too many cases of COVID, man. Let everybody home for a couple days.
Jeez.
Then we flew back, tested. Half the team, bro, popped. I was like, damn. so that was called off.
Right.
2022, I just wasn't there for it, right? And then 2023, shoot,
We have 4 chances to get there.
You know what I'm saying? And then we didn't even make it in 2023, man. So, I need it. I need that experience again. It was literally insane. It was awesome. So, yeah.
Fiesta Bowl, here we come.
Fiesta Bowl would be sick. Bro, look, my whole college career, that's the only bowl game that I really, was thrown in my face all the time. Because Boise State, they won, 2-3 Fiesta Bowls or something like that. And, that's what they're known for, right? And so, every year, well, honestly, every day, you'd go in the stadium because we practice there, right? First thing you see come out of the locker room, Fiesta Bowl champs. So it's literally thrown in your face every single day, right?
Yeah.
So the opportunity to play in the Fiesta Bowl would be sick.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. And, it'd be cool to play Boise State in it, too.
Your mentors had tickets to the Fiesta Bowl for years. Obviously to go, because it's a fun game to go to.
Right.
But he's also been like, when BYU gets in it, I got my seats already.
Yeah.
I got them already figured out.
I love that, man.
So, yeah, dude.
That's cool.
I like bowl games I like watching them because it's
I
just
like watching them, too.
primetime matchups. But going to a bowl game, I went to UCF this year, went to Baylor this year. I go to away games every year.
Yeah.
But you're right. The bowl game is just different.
It is, dude.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe, different atmosphere. It's you gotta change the way you prepare for the game. You don't have all the same resources that you have, but it's just crazy. It's such a cool opportunity to be a part of.
Did you guys in 2019 have a hospitality room set up for you guys?
Where we can all just hang out, or what?
When I went to the New Mexico Bowl, when BYU was in New Mexico Bowl, I had to go take some guys something the night before. It was actually, I think, for one of their family members who was in the hotel. So I went there, and they're like, just come into the hospitality room. And I'm like, where's that? And they're like, just ask the front desk. They'll know what it is. So we went back, and they had a whole conference, a lobby and a conference area all set up. And it was ping pong, air hockey, wall to wall, a whole wall of TVs with different, there was people playing Fortnite against each other. It was snacks. At that back was all tables of snacks, multiple fridges with drinks, and it was bring in family, bring in friends.
Really, they allowed friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it was kind of this cool thing.
It was cool.
They there was no really security or anything, right? They come in, so there was a lot of little kids there playing video games with people, and I got a video of it somewhere.
That's kind of cool.
So I was like, what the heck?
We definitely did have something like that, but I don't remember family and friends being able to come in.
Maybe that's a Kalani thing. I don't know.
Probably is, because I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think so. But we did have one of those, and it was fun, man.
Yeah.
It was, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life, for sure. That's where you're just there with your best friends,
right?
In a hotel, you're getting everything you need, these gifts, these different experiences.
And for a lot of those guys, you're that guy this year. This is it. This is for those younger guys, it's their last game with you.
Yeah.
It's your last time to hang together on the team. You'll still always be guys, buddies.
Right.
But
yeah.
But this is the kind of last thing. So there's the whole graduation, sign my yearbook kind of vibe, along with football, along with a vacation, along with it's this weird thing. So
100%. But it's also, I think it's going to be a little bit different for me this year, though, because obviously my freshman year, let's be real, I'm not going to get out there and play. I'm not going to have a huge impact on the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a starter. I was just there living, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, wherever we go to, whatever, we have in store after the season, I'm going to be grateful for. I'm going to enjoy my time, be present.
Mm-hmm.
But my preparation, how I go about it, is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Right? I still have, the bowl game experience is sick and everything. You get all these activities, all this stuff. You're supposed to have fun and enjoy them, right? But at the same time, you got to keep the main thing,
mm-hmm.
man. You have a game. There's no staying up past midnight for me, you know what I'm saying,
mm-hmm.
during that bowl week. There's no, just BS and truthfully.
Right.
I'm going to these postseason games trying to win them with the intent to win them, right? And I feel like, all of us would have that same perspective, that same intent, right? So it'll be a little different than what I remember, but that's good, man. That's how it should be,
Right.
truthfully.
Right.
That's teams who win their postseason games. That's how they go about it,
Right.
So I'm still excited, but it's going to be a little different.
Dude, is it so now that we've got, I guess you'd have to ask Alabama, Ohio State. It's like, if you're in the playoffs, there's almost like 2 bowl games, right? Like it's almost like double that. I don't know. That's
Literally.
So like the first one, you don't know. Like, is this my last hoorah? Is it not? Maybe you don't get as all sentimental where it's the last game at a traditional bowl game. It's like, hey, it's more business oriented.
Yep.
And then if you're in this championship, like, forget all that crap. Like, no
Forget
one cares about a hospitality room. No one cares about this. Like, yours is the biggest game of your life, potentially, right? Like, so maybe, hopefully, you can win a Super Bowl or something
about
too.
all the distractions, man. Like, it's all cool. And I'll be wherever I need to be, but like, I'm going back home. I'm going back to my room and watching film.
It's almost not a bowl game.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what it's like, man. I'm excited to see what this postseason has in store for us, and whether it's whatever it is, dude. I'm just excited. I'm just happy and grateful that we even get the chance to have a postseason.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, man, a year ago from now, this was it. This week was it. Nothing else after.
That was like I had to do a few things with some guys the week after that Oklahoma State loss.
Ooh.
Man, it was just, you just run into guys, and I like try to be like even keel and just I'm not going to treat people differently if they win or lose.
Right. I mean,
but some people do.
Some people do. I was going to say some people do for sure.
But I'm not trying to be that guy, right? I should
honestly, nobody should be that.
Nobody should be that guy. But
realistically, nobody should be that.
But
guy.
You're out there. We know you're out there.
We know you're out there. It's never too late to change.
But like, you see the players, and like, you go say hi or whatever, and you could just like,
I know.
Hey, you're all right, bro. Like, it's okay. Like, like, you guys played super hard like this. Like, yeah. So now, like, all that had to happen for all this to happen.
It's true.
Stuff too, but
that is very true. It's crazy how it all works out, man. But yeah, it's so crazy. Like, today I was talking on the BYU TV. And like, I was just on this Zoom call, whatever, this interview, and they're asking me about how does it feel like this being the last game of the season of your like regular season of your college career. I was like, man, because like I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Up to this point, every week is just like, okay, this is Southern Illinois week. This is Wyoming week. This is SMU week. We'll do it, right? And you start to lose or just not acknowledge the fact that, hey, man, these are like the last ones.
Yeah.
You're getting closer and closer and closer. And you don't acknowledge that because you're just so focused and you're in this routine, you know what I'm saying? And like, it didn't even hit me until like today. Mm-hmm. And when he asked me that question, I was like, man, it's crazy. This is my last game of my college career that's in a regular season.
Yeah.
Everything else is just a gift. Everything else is a bonus after this week. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. But at the same time, I was talking to one of my best friends, and he's actually on the Boise State team right now. And we're just talking on FaceTime. We're like, man, like, it's crazy. This is almost over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the next phase of our lives is around the corner. And just talking, you know what I'm saying? Not really taking it too seriously, chatting up. And then he was like, man, but, it's time. I was like, dang. Kind of, I try not to think about it too much because, shoot, I love BYU. You know what I'm saying? I love, college football is all I've known for the last 6 years. I've been college longer than I've been in high school for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, it's kind of all I know to this point, right? And like, I was kind of thinking about what he's saying, and it came back to me today. I was like, man, Like, it's kind of sad that it's all over, but at the same time, like, he's right, man. It's time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to leave it all out there, man. It's time to apply everything that I've learned up to this point. You know what I'm saying? It's time to break out this cocoon.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And truthfully just fly.
Yeah.
And so it's bittersweet, kind of a feeling, kind of what I was saying on the interview today. I was just like, it's crazy, man. I'm just trying to be where my feet are. But truthfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's why this game is going to have that sense of that emotional aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, it's crazy, man. It's my second senior night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this year, obviously, will be better than last year's senior night.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Dude, real quick, Houston, super young, super talented.
yeah.
Has a good coach. Do you have any insights? I know you said you just kind of you probably got done with some cleanup and a little bit of install, and now it's more like focusing on them. But
Yeah, this is the thing. Truthfully, like, I mean, it's Monday, and we don't truthfully start, like, prep for Houston till tomorrow.
yeah.
So, and, like, since we lost to Arizona State, I've kind of just taken the time to, like, just kind of process it more than I did Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe I didn't process it enough. Our loss against Kansas enough. You know what I'm saying? Really see it in the depth of what we did right and what we did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Really watch the film even deeper and, like, take it to a different perspectives. You see what I'm saying? Just really dissect it. And so that's why I've kind of been more focused on Arizona State. However, though, I did do a little bit of a scout on Houston. I have this clip, this 60 play cut up that I'm about to go home and watch tonight after this, and so I have a better idea. But what I do know is that the defense is playing pretty good lately.
Yeah.
Offensively, I really only know about their running back core. They got one back who's pretty similar, honestly, to Scadaboo from Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have two guys who have elite speed behind them. So they use them in different ways. And their quarterback, not the best passer, honestly, but, hey, he can move, man. He's skilled. He's talented, just like most quarterbacks we played this year. You know what I'm saying? And, we can either shut all of them down and, play our type of defense, or, we don't come up with the same mentality, and they have the skill and talent to cut us up if they want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they've done it to other good teams, good defenses.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say great teams, good defenses. They've
Yeah.
done it to them, right?
Yeah.
So, it's a good challenge, man, and we really have to attack this. You know what I'm saying? As if it's our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't care what their schedule is. I don't care where they're sitting at in the conference.
Your playoffs start now. When they start. Yeah.
So I'm seeing this like it's the first round of playoffs.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you got to take it. So it'll be a good game, man. That's pretty much all I got, though, on them so far. But like you said, good coach.
You get a good coach.
Yeah.
And they
speed.
recruited well.
Yeah.
So last question for me, dude. Did you walked into the facility today? Did Tyler Batty have a bar of soap in his mouth?
He should have. He should have, man. That's funny you brought that up.
Jay Hill in the corner, like shaming, sit in the corner.
Shame.
He got bar of soap in his mouth.
Nah, that's funny, man. He, shoot. Obviously, he could have had a couple better choice of words. But, it came from the heart, man, and it was genuine. And it's exactly what we needed to hear. It was a little more vulgar than it probably needed to be, but shoot. Nah, nobody would ever make him feel bad.
Right, I'm just
for that. I know. I know for sure. But, there's a lot of people, BYU fans especially, who are, like, talking smack about him and, like, in the comments, stuff like that.
It's mostly, in my opinion, Kevin, correct me if you're wrong.
I think it's BYU.
I think it's mostly Utah fans saying,
I think
I
they're
can see that.
trolling.
I can't. They're
For
just
sure.
they're just trying to make
They're
something.
trolling.
Right.
You got nothing to cheer for at this point, so you might as well go poke fun at BYU.
Hey, there you go.
Your season's done over.
You're right.
Your bowl game is in Orlando.
Not
this
like
week.
they weren't paying attention to us all year long, anyways.
That's true. Before the season started.
But yeah, everybody was just like, man, like I can't. Honestly, everybody was just mad that they posted that.
Well, they recorded it.
That they recorded that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the locker room when he was giving that speech, like, was like, damn,
Yeah,
he's right, man.
It was
You
one
know,
of the
like,
best speeches
It was,
I've ever heard.
it was pretty crazy.
I
Huh?
loved every word, every second of it.
Should have
it
seen
was-
it in person.
Oh my gosh.
You could just feel it, man.
If that guy would have just stuck his phone in the locker room, I would have get to see in person. I was that, was
No
that
kidding,
close.
right? But yeah, dude, it was exactly what people needed. And obviously, you wish, you don't have to like mother F people.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, get to that point. But dude, like, sometimes you need a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
And like to really realize, like, man, like, we're out here playing for each other, man. And like, some people need to play for each other as well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instead of playing for yourself.
Right.
Not pointing fingers to anybody, but it's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they scored 21 points on us in the first half,
Just errors, man. Yeah.
right? Not playing for the person next to you, man.
Yeah.
And the mentality aspect of, but that's what comes from playing for other people, right? Your
Yeah.
brothers. So,
You seen Anchorman?
yes.
You know, he uses the profanity over the air.
Yes.
And the guy, your poop mouth.
Your poop.
Ron Burgundy.
That's so funny.
Next time
That's
I
a
see
funny
Batty.
ass movie.
Next
You're
time
gonna
I
have
see
to-
Batty. You use a word like that. Your poop mouth.
That's funny, man. Yeah, but hey, he
No.
knew what he's talking about, man.
I'm gonna miss you guys, dude. I'm gonna miss Batty. I'm gonna miss you, John, dude. I don't feel like John should be old enough to be a senior, but somehow he is.
Right?
We've known John for a while. Kevin and I
Yeah.
both.
No doubt.
Love John.
Yeah, because I mean, shoot, he's from
Yeah, he's from our neck of the woods.
Yeah, literally.
And so it's just crazy, man. Like I'm gonna miss all you guys. It's
Yeah. This, this group of guys, this team, man, out of all of them, for sure, I'm going to miss the most.
yeah.
Obviously, I have my boys from, other years, from other teams, obviously, but this one specifically is just special, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happens the rest from here on out throughout the season, hands
Right.
down, will forever be, the coolest, best team I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Group of guys.
Yeah.
Seniors. Well, just in general, team, but senior wise especially,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm grateful that I got to be a part of it,
Yes.
truthfully, So I think that's a great place to end this episode on, man. Let's take it to Houston this week, senior night. So if you're in town or is around, show up, man. Come support the kid. Yours truly, man. Go get you a little IB shirt on Cool Connect. Pop out with some merch on, and it'll be a good vibe. It'll be fun, man. And be Thanksgiving weekend. So what better way to spend it than watching some good football?
Right.
Watch the Cougs go at it, man. So shout out Chubbies and Orem. Once again, thank you for sponsoring us, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.